Mr. Speaker, with all due respect to Senator Joel Villanueva, he gravely misrepresented the nature of the two houses which comprise Congress. Siya po ay nagkakamali sa kanyang pangmamaliit sa mga party list representatives. Mr. Speaker, the 1987 Constitution vests legislative power in one Congress, iisang Kongreso, shared between the House of Representatives and the Senate. This is what the Constitution referred to as the bicameral legislature. This bicameral nature, Mr. Speaker, aims at diversifying perspectives. The House, with its ear to the ground, closely monitoring the heartbeat of the districts, meeting and coordinating directly with the people. And the Senate looks towards more overarching national and international issues. The two houses present themselves as checks to each other. The Senate ensures that bills are in line with national interests, while the House of Representatives ensures that these same bills do not disregard the needs and the rights of the people. Magkakaakibat, Mr. Speaker, magkaakibat ang dalawang parte ng Kongreso sa pagpasa ng mga batas na ikakabuti ng ating bansa. Under this current Constitution, Mr. Speaker, one cannot exist without the other. Hindi gagana ang Senado ng walang House of Representatives. Gayon din, Mr. Speaker, ang House of Representatives kung walang Senado. Mr. Speaker, in the history of the Philippine legislature, we have seen both forms. It was unicameral under the Malolos Congress, the American-controlled Philippine Commission, the 1935 National Assembly, and the 1973 Batasang Pambansa. It shifted back and forth with a bicameral form, most prominently in 1916 under the Jones Act, under the 1940 Amendment to the National Assembly, and under this current 1987 Philippine Constitution. Mr. Speaker, we have seen that throughout history, there is a tendency to return to the bicameral form as one which is more attuned to our needs as a nation of diverse voices. Makikita po natin na mula noon hanggang ngayon, ang House of Representatives ay matatag na nanatili maging anuman ang porma ng lehislatura. All throughout this country's political history, and we've experienced and seen the changing of legislature in form and in size from unicameral to bicameral. But never, Mr. Speaker, did we experience the abolition of the House of Representatives. Ang mga terminong mataas o mababang kapulungan ay di mahanap sa konstitusyon. These are terms adopted as a matter of convenience, considering that there was a time, Mr. Speaker, when the Philippine Congress shared one building in which the Senate occupied the upper floors and the House of Representatives occupied the lower floors. Meaning, Mr. Speaker, it only describes office location, never about ranking or authority. In other legislatures, Mr. Speaker, which inspired our own, the term referred to the size of each chamber, with the lower house being the more numerous. Kaya nga po, Mr. Speaker, karamihan din po sa atin dito, ang gusto nila ay bigger house. We are the bigger house because indeed, we are bigger in numbers. Personally, Mr. Speaker, I have no trouble accepting the term lower house. Not because the house is inferior, no, never. But it only simply means that it is part of Congress, which is closer to and rooted in the needs of the people. This fact presents itself in the powers granted by the Constitution and exercising its supreme power, the power of the purse. The General Appropriations Bill must originate from the House. The Supreme Act emanating from the part of Congress more attuned to the supreme authority. supreme authority, which is the people. Our journey, Mr. Speaker, in crafting legislation is a testament to the strength of our collegial nature, where diverse voices converge for the greater good of our nation. Mr. Speaker, the framers of the current Constitution understands that with the geographic realities of this country, its ethnic and cultural diversity, the people may only be represented by a House of Representatives that is as diverse as they are. The division between the electorate of the House and the Senate does not lend itself to a hierarchy based on number of votes. It is a mode expressly chosen to ensure even the smallest districts has equal standing to exercise legislative power. Isang pagbabaliwala sa saligang batas ang mga komentong ito ng ating dakilang senador. Ang binilang ng mga boto para sa mga miyembro ng Kongreso ay nariyan lamang upang malaman ng COMELEC kung sino ang nanalo sa eleksyon at kung sino ang maaaring umupo sa Kongreso. Hindi po yan basihan ang bilang ng boto sa laki o liit ng mandato ng isang miyembro ng Kongreso. To further stress that fact, Mr. Speaker, the current party-list system, which the good senator has maligned and was created expressly to lend a voice, was created, Mr. Speaker, to expressly lend a voice to the voiceless. This is a system, Mr. Speaker, that ensures that the most deserving under the law, according to the late President Magsaysay, are given their due hand in legislating for the nation. It is an innovation, Mr. Speaker, which the Supreme Court in Atong Paglaom versus COMELEC explains, and I quote, "The innovation is a party-list system that would expand opportunities for electoral participation to allow those who could not win in the legislative district elections a fair chance to enter the House of Representatives other than through the district election system," unquote. The good senator should be knowledgeable, Mr. Speaker, of this fact, considering that he himself was a party-list representative serving this Congress for a time. Mr. Speaker, to follow the good senator's logic would lead to a tyranny of numbers, where districts most deserving of aid and development, such as in my district, in Llano del Sur, would be starved to continually feed Metro Manila, which is a vote-rich area. It would lead to a system that is obsessed with projects for vote-rich districts, Mr. Speaker. I cannot accept that a statesman such as himself would hold such a myopic view of the legislative branch. Mr. Speaker, we are all equal public servants, and only the people are superior to us. Tayong mga kongresista at senador ay parehong miyembro ng iisang 19th Congress. Mr. Speaker, parliamentary courtesy is a cornerstone of our proceedings. It is through this courtesy that we engage in respectful debates, recognizing the value of each member who brings topic or issues to the table. The give and take of ideas fuel the democratic engine, enabling us to refine policies that would truly address the needs of our constituents. In fighting, Mr. Speaker, however, pose a grave disservice to the very people we are sworn to serve. Our disagreements must and should be channeled constructively, fostering an environment where the best ideas rise to the top. A divided House weakens our ability to respond effectively to the challenges facing our country, hindering progress and hindering the realization of our shared vision for a better Philippines. Tayong lahat po, Mr. Speaker, na miyembro ng Kongresong ito ay nasa serbisyo publiko. Kung meron po tayong hindi pagkakaintindihan, i-focus po natin sa issue. Huwag natin daanin sa aruganteng pananalita. Let us recommit ourselves to the principles that define our institution, Mr. Speaker. Cooperation, understanding, and a dedication to the common good. Together, Mr. Speaker, we can rise above this discord, or any discord for that matter, navigate through our differences, and emerge stronger as advocates for the Filipino people. Let us sit down and talk. Let us put an end to this name-calling. And for God, let us start and get back to work. May we uphold the sacred trust bestowed upon us by our constituents, and may our actions be a beacon of hope for the united and prosperous Philippines.